The coaching journey of Deion Sanders, affectionately known as Coach Prime, has indeed been an interesting journey. I mean, let's think about it. Just in 2019, this man was an offensive coordinator at Trinity Christian High School in Texas. And then in 2020, he became the head coach of Jackson State.
These are tears that has accompanied me through this journey. These are tears of satisfaction, Mr. President. These are tears of joy, Ashley. These are tears that just establish how proud I am to stand before my people.
And then at Jackson State, he started to win, and win big. Ticket sales went up, endorsements went up, and visibility of HBCUs went up. But it was not without problems.
So how do we change it? How do we get the HBCUs ready?
First of all, we got to get our business straight. We got to get the business straight. When I say the business straight, I could start from ticket sales all the way to concessions, to apparel, to understanding TV rights. And I could keep going down the list that you got to get this stuff together before you think God is going to bless you. God don't bless nothing that's raggedy, because that's going to be self-destruction. Only way God is going to bless you is you ready for the blessing. He's not going to put something on you that you can't carry and you can't handle. And we're just now getting to the point that we could handle the blessings that he has for us. When I first got here, no, we couldn't. And I'm not just saying it just because of me, but no, we couldn't, because we were raggedy.
And when the problems got too much, Coach Deion had to bounce.
Let's get the cat out of the bag, man. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Never once did I say they're going to put a tombstone with my name on it at Jackson State, so I wasn't going to die here. Everything I said I would do, I did. Everything I said I wanted to happen, I tried my darnest to make it happen. But when I don't fit into someone else's plan and purpose, now there's ridicule. That's where the dysfunction comes. I reached a point where I said to myself, so at what point do we keep dominating that you don't get mad at us for dominating? But it comes a time that that's not what it's all about for me. I'm a winner. I've always won. I'm going to win. Y'all know that. But it's bigger than that. It's about increasing enrollment. It's about the safety of students. It's about going to the next level, not just in football. And I reached a point where I had a real conversation with the Lord. Now, it's funny how you believe the Lord when he said to come here, but you don't believe me when I tell you the Lord may tell me to do otherwise. It's like my God is talking to you about me. I don't think he works like that.
And then with that came a lot of criticism from the black community.
I'm happy he's doing well. I want him to continue to do well. He is one of us, but let us not forget that all this attention should be going to Jackson State. All this money should be going to Jackson State. We got celebrities rolling up to the University of Colorado who ain't never rolled up to a HBCU in their life. We got black celebrities rolling up to a football game for a white university. Two white colleges playing each other. Two white colleges playing each other. Two white colleges playing each other, and we got black celebrities rolling up to a white college to watch two white teams play each other. Yes, coached by a black man, but it's a white team at a white college with less than 2% black students.
But that's the black community, so we understand what can happen. But again, now Coach Prime is not just being hated on by those in black America. He's now a threat at the collegiate level. And we all know that NCAA coaching in the football division, especially in the Power 5 conferences, it's very competitive. And people are afraid, and they're afraid big. Why is that? Well, you see, coaching is competitive everywhere in the world, but in college coaching, you have an advantage because he who can recruit the best talent can always continue to win. This is why some universities have been on top for over 20 or 30 years. For example, in the 90s, it was schools like the University of Nebraska and the University of Florida. And in 2000s, we saw USC come out there and do very well. But in the last 10 years, we've seen universities like the University of Alabama and the University of Georgia have extreme talent, which has caused them to continue to be at the top. But the University of Colorado, despite having great facilities, it couldn't get somebody that could bring the talent there. But that's where Deion Sanders comes in, because if anybody can bring in great talent, it has to be one of the greatest NFL players, if not the greatest NFL players of all time. Deion Sanders. And that is exactly what he has done in his short coaching career. He has brought extreme talent to the Pac-12. And when you can bring extreme talent to the Pac-12, it means that other teams have to deal with you and your skill position players, most notably at the quarterback position, wide receiver position, running back position, and defensive back position. And oh yeah, shout out to the O-line and D-lines. And their job is at stake because they have to plan against all of these weapons that you had. And in the past, playing University of Colorado would be an easy win, but not so much anymore. Fast forward, Dima. And we all know about in-state rivalry games. There are many to be considered. For example, there's something like USC versus UCLA in California. Then you have Cal Berkeley versus Stanford. Then there's Michigan versus Michigan State. You get what I'm saying? There's many. Even Ohio State versus Michigan, which is really not an in-state rivalry, but it's close enough. Just like Oklahoma versus Texas is one. But we get it. Those in-state rivalries pretty much all the time are a big deal. In the University of Colorado and Colorado State is not much different. They've played every year and early in the season all the time. And of course, their head coach, Jay Norvell, is upset about the attention that Deion Sanders has been given. And that's why earlier this week, he had this to say about Deion Sanders.
We're excited. Our kids are really, we had to do a bunch of ESPN videos, and it was great. I loved it. But our kids came out of those videos really with a chip on their shoulder. They're tired of all that stuff. They really are tired of it. And I sat on with ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So, they're not going to like us no matter what we say or do. It doesn't matter, okay?
But after hearing that, Deion Sanders responded with this.
I'm minding my own business, watching some film, trying to get ready, trying to get out here and be the best coach I could be. And I look up and I read some bull junk that Deion said about us.
Talk to us.
Once again, but when they give us ammunition, they done messed around and made it what? It was gonna be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal.
I don't really know why he has an issue with Deion Sanders and his, let's say the sunglasses and the hat, all of this. He's been a decent coach. He's been okay. I mean, he's went 33-26 at the Nevada University. Last year, Colorado State, he went 3-9. Really, he's afraid that he's about to get his ass whooped. And that's probably what's going to happen. But because he's afraid that he's going to get his ass whooped, he takes little cheap shots like this. But this is what you're going to get from white men when you're good as a black man. Because it's one thing when black folks start hating on you, but you're on your way when white folks start hating on you. And that's just something that a lot of black men need to be ready for. You see, because Deion Sanders, he competes on an international level, not just, at the HBCUs, but he's a threat to build a program everywhere. And whenever you're a threat to build a program everywhere, people are gonna be mad and they're gonna use any way to try to diminish your accomplishments. In other words, you're an immature man because you have on shades and a cap. When Deion Sanders is 2-0 and you went 3-9 last year, and he's gonna be 3-0 after blowing you out. And Deion Sanders said it's personal. And it needs to be personal. And the reason why it needs to be personal, because this guy needs to learn a lesson. And that lesson is this: shut up talking about things that don't make sense. You get your ass out there and play or get embarrassed. And that's exactly what's going to happen to him this Saturday. And guys, like I've always said, be leery of situations like this. The more you start to do very well, the more you're going to start to grow. People are going to start basically taking positions that don't make any sense with the argument. And they're scared. They don't know how to say they're scared. They don't know how to say they're intimidated, but they're just going to use little stupid things like this as to why they are afraid. But hey, kick their ass anyway. It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already put you for all of you to subscribe to the bell. We're out.